Yahoo! Hello, hello. This I, your favorite leafy boy, Avery. And today, I I am so not ready to stream today. Wait, let me just do a thing. Now it should be working. Let's go. So, hello, hello. I am I am a little bit messy today. Sorry about that. However, it is anniversary week. Let me just do a little quick thing on Twitter. And now I am here with you all. Hello. We should be good to go. We are doing our thing today. And by that, I mean we are continuing our anniversary week kind of celebration kind of thing. When I say kind of thing, I mean it because I have really no idea how I wanted to do this stream today. The original idea for today's stream was an anniversary after party, and when I wanted to say anniversary after party, or I named it anniversary after party, the original idea was to go live and do a live karaoke stream. Yeah. But karaoke is not happening right now. We are going to be playing Genshin Impact. I wanted to build VARKA for quite a while now. It's been a while since we got him, and I wanted to build him, and I wanted to play with him. However, I didn't quite get to it. Um, but yeah, we are going to be building VARKA today instead of doing a karaoke stream. Mostly because of my sudden like sickness. I couldn't really prepare as much for karaoke streams. I wanted to, like just like last time, wanted to find instrumentals, put together a set list, find instrumentals, and like practice singing the songs without the actual vocal lines, just so I am not like overly reliant on them. And because I was sick for like almost 2 weeks, I still get a little stuffy in the nose, so I might mute myself during today's stream as well. And if I do that, that's because I'm probably blowing my nose. But yeah, I got sick like 1.5, 2 weeks ago, and because of that, my throat wasn't in the right condition. I couldn't practice. I couldn't learn. Well, I could have learned lyrics, but I couldn't have practiced. I couldn't have practiced without vocal lines, just the instrumentals. And even now, right now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm not feeling quite like confident with the condition of my throat. So yeah, we are not doing karaoke today. We are going to hang out, chill, and play Genshin Impact. Um, so I've been wanting to play some Genshin Impact with you. And I wanted to play with VARKA for quite a while now, but I didn't go on and build him yet. I wanted to make a video out of that, but I never really got around to it. Last And now that I mentioned video, I do have to talk about yesterday's video release that was supposed to happen. Yeah, I did the Avery thing again, and I did procrastinate on the things, and I did end up having a bit of trouble with that. Um, but yeah, I do have footage. I did some spreadsheeting. Um, it's not it's not that like, how do I say this? It's not that like serious. When I say spreadsheeting, I did like a little bit of spreadsheeting, but mostly in the sense that I was looking at things on my screen and made a spreadsheet out of the data that I'm seeing on the screen. It will make sense when you see the video. But yeah, video, like a small spoiler alert, is supposed to be like a Flint's master build kind of a video where I talk about my journey with Flint's and his team builds, because he is one of my favorite characters in the newest like rotation of characters in this new like region of Genshin Impact. So yeah, I wanted to do a video like this for a bit now, and I was like, you know what? Anniversary week would be a great time to release it. And then I did the thing where I procrastinated stuff, and because of that, we don't really have um finished product yet. But yeah, I recorded some stuff. um I am going to be using past clips from streams that I have done, and I might have to do some re-recording things, or I don't know. We'll see how we do. um while I will be editing, and then hopefully you will enjoy that. um but yeah, so that's mostly it. Today's been a long day for me, so I'm a little tired. I did some physical activity. We went to like an airsoft, like, what do you even say it? It's not like what do you even call it? It's not like a range. We went to like an airsoft. Uh, it's so weird. Like, I have the word in my head, but it's in Hungarian, and I need to translate it, but I can't find the English, like the English word for the thing. But yeah, uh, thing is, it was like, if you know what airsoft is, it's like it's similar to paintball, but you are not shooting paintballs, but like small like pellets, plastic or foam. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that's airsoft. And we went to do that with some colleagues, so from work. And because of that, I am like physically a little tired. But I did want to go live because for one, it's anniversary week. I did not want to miss out on that. And another thing is I really do want to play Genshin Impact, but didn't feel like motivated, and I just kind of logged in, did my dailies, did some farming so I can use up my resin, and then logged out, which is not really like the best like experience for Genshin Impact. We did a little like exploring for the new area, but mostly just unlocking like teleport waypoints and stuff like that. So yeah, we might do a little bit of that as well. But I guess this is now the time where I change scenes for you. And hopefully things are going to go well over here. And I can do the thing without having to restart anything. Yes, you can see Genshin Impact. Let's go. I am so happy with that. Hello, please. And while we are here in the waiting room, not waiting room, but loading screen, I'm going to turn off BGM and possibly, if I can do it, turn on game sounds, the audio for the game, a little louder. Music can go up a little, dialogue is fine, sound effects can go a little. You know what? Like, this should be fine. Voice chat, we are not even using voice chat because that's a thing in Milliester Wonderland. But yeah. So, we are here. And we are ready to build the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius, VARKA himself. Don't mind the current team composition. Because this is basically my friendship team that I use to do my daily so I can farm friendship experience. There is a character hangout event, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to like run through my dailies very quick, and then we are going to get into like the meat and potatoes. Why did I say that? But the actual purpose of today's stream is to build Grandmaster VARKA. Let's go. Combat might be a little loud for you. Which one is this? Okay. Okay. The one thing that I really like about VARKA is he is very dynamic. Like, That's not what I meant when I said you are very dynamic. Are you kidding me? My guy. Seriously? I want to compliment him. And this is what he does. Like, I am so done. Maybe this stream was not meant to be. Maybe. But we are going to do this anyway. So yeah, one thing about VARKA that I really enjoy is the fact that he is very mobile. And I can cross distances with him without any kind of like, restriction based on like region or things like that. Because, with the Natlan characters, if you do not have the Natlan characters, you can use the Saurian companions, but the Saurian companions are not like as what's the word that I'm looking for? Not as efficient with the way they are. It is like combat is a little loud. Combat is a little loud, so I'm going to... I'm doing the thing again, where I show you everything that you are seeing. And when I say that, I mean, hopefully we will not need dialogue, but yeah, music can stay, but sound effects are going down. And when I say I'm showing you the stuff, I mean the name for the account. And if you've been here for long enough, you probably have seen like slip ups like this. I'm trying not to do that, but at the same time, if they happen, I'm not I don't really want to make like a huge deal out of it. I am not just Avery on the internet. Like, I wanted to separate myself and my identity as a VTuber a little, but I'm not too mad if a few things end up like colliding. Because at the end of the day, it's possible for you to find out things about me, even if you are not trying to do so. And even if I try my hardest to make it like you do not find any information about me. But I have slipped up quite a few times, and having like a very strict, very harsh barrier is also kind of exhausting. Because if you remember, uh, me doing anything in the past, one of the things that I have been doing is, sorry if you hear my phone, it's the phone buzzing. It's because it's on like silent but not like muted, so the buzz things happen when I get a thing. But anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, the separation. It is also kind of topical because we are doing anniversary, and there it's like kind of talking about the channel as well, because one of the things that I did was very strictly not even talking about real life things, and being very like cautious about saying anything when it comes to my, civilian identity, if you will. I am not a superhero. I don't know why that part was the thing that actually made sense for me to say, but did we get a reset of this? Oh, but we cannot use Varka because he is animal. This is very interesting because Imaginarium Theater did just reset. Interesting. We might. I don't know about that. I wanted to say we might just do Imaginarium Theater. And then I realized I'm probably not going to because I am a little too tired for that. But yeah, I did have that. I don't really care about this. I mean, I could do this, but I'm not going to do it on stream. There's some test runs I could do, but I already know the characters, so these are rerun banners. Which is also a thing that might or might not happen, but rerun runners banners. Mooney really wanted Nefer on her account. We did well. I did a lot of farming for her. We might do like a live stream, pulling for her. We might not. It's like a thing. I might just do a solo stream maybe with her account, pulling Nefer, like a an update kind of thing. Because if you know, I I have a best friend, Mooney. She also streams. Um, but we started Genshin Impact together, and she kind of let go of the game. Yeah, she got really burnt out playing the game, and at a certain point, it got to a break. Like she got to a breaking point where she was like, "Okay, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I don't want to do anything with this." And so she's basically like hasn't played Genshin Impact for like 2 years now. It was like Fontaine, but I'm not quite sure if she even finished Fontaine. But yeah, it's been 2 years now since she did anything related to Genshin Impact. You can see it in my records here, but like her account, but that's me basically farming for her um on things that are not like too complicated or too like annoying, because I did like a little like update or work with her account when Lauma came out. And we might do another update when we get Nefer for her, because why not? It's fun. I really enjoyed playing on her account. But I got distracted. Um, I had no idea what I was talking about before. I hope the music is not like too loud for you. though. Because it might be a little loud now that I listen to it. But yeah, things happen. People lose interest in certain things, other people gain interest in certain things. And that's natural and that's fine. But it's a nice thing where you can look back at something and be like glad, sort of, that you had a thing that you were really into. And I'm kind of the same way with my Honkai Star Rail account. Because one of the things that I did with my Honkai Star Rail account was basically start my like hobby as a streamer, and I'm kind of feeling burnt out. Not kind of, like actually feeling burnt out playing that game, and I'm letting it go slowly but surely. Like I can feel it slipping away because now we have the like anniversary thing going on. We are getting the rewards for the anniversary, but it's not. I can feel it that it's like not enough of an incentive for me to go back to the game. And I did get Ashrael and his light cone, which was like the last thing that I was very much looking forward to. So so yeah, that's about Honkai Star Rail. And that was about Mooney and Nefer. Now that I mentioned the like reruns, one thing I might be doing with my account is trying to go for Lauma. Mostly because of the fact that Lauma is a really good driver for Lunar Bloom reactions. And I do have Columbina, and those two are like the ultimate wheelchair for teams that are going into Hyper Bloom. For Nefer, I do not enjoy. I am so sad to say this, but I do not enjoy her playstyle. So I'm not really interested in going for Nefer. Um, One thing that I did learn, and I'm very thankful that Mooney gave me the chance to do so, playing her account. Sorry if you hear like bumping noises and like anything. I sort of nervously adjusting my mic stand from time to time. It's like a thing that I do. And I looked back on it because of the video I was trying to edit and put together. Um, and sometimes it's very audible. So yeah, but one thing that I'm very thankful for Mooney when it comes to playing on her account is the fact that I could try characters that I don't have on my account. One of like Ayaka, I do not have. Yaimiko, I do not have. Um, Arlecchino, I do not have on my account, and also Nahida and Alhaitham. Alhaitham we actually used with Lauma, and I really wanted Alhaitham when he was released. Um, yes, my preferences are showing, but He was a really fun character to try. Like I really enjoyed playing him on Mooney's account, so that's really nice. And I do feel that the power that even like solo Lauma can do for Dendro teams on her account, because she is not on Ascendant Gleam. She does not have any like Mooney. When I say she, I mean I refer to Mooney right now. Um, she does not have any other not correct character on her account yet. Because we will be going for Nefer for her, and hopefully, well, not hopefully, we do have a guaranteed 5-star for her. But sooner or later, we are going to get there. And I've been thinking of getting Lina and Lauma as well. I have been doing some temples on my account. We can look at my history here now that we are here on the wishing menu. I have been doing some temples on the Linnea banner just to see if I can get like a cheeky 5-star. Maybe, possibly. We didn't get anything. I am on or why did that happen? So I am on 60 pity currently, which is very close to soft pity. One more temple and we might get an early 5-star. After that, we are well into soft pity territory in the second half of the like temple. So in 20 pulls, we might get a 5-star here. It is a 50-50 because the last 5-star we got was VARKA. But yeah, we might just go for a few temples on Lauma's banner and see if we can get lucky and get another like really good like lunar support for us. Because I did want to try going for Lina just to have a little more strength on my Ito, because I have been using Ito recently. You might not believe me, but I have been doing like using Ito recently in like Spiral Abyss and even Stygian Onslaught to actually try and clear some of the chambers. And I believe there was like a geo heavy Stygian when I wanted to say her name so fast, and I drew a blank. But Zibai was released. There was a very strong geo heavy Spiral Abyss, and I cleared that with Ito. So yeah, I do enjoy playing Ito, and now I have his C1 from the selector. You could see it when I opened it. So I was like, why not try for Lina? I do enjoy playing Ito. I could play Lina Bina with him. And I did get a few constellations for Ilua as well. And I have C6 Goro, so I can have like two like decent 4-star like supports for the team as well. So yeah, but we did not get Lina. Surprise, surprise. Um, so we might be on for Lauma here. But that's like a thing of the future. So far, we are just kind of vibing right now in this patch. That's not what I wanted to do. And there is like an active uh event right now that we might do, but I'm gonna be honest, and I did talk about this before when it comes to story content, when it's comes to event content, I might just do them off stream because I don't want to like be in a streamer like mindset where I have to talk constantly and I have to be entertaining and I cannot focus on the story at the same time. So yeah, we are probably not going to do the event, but there is an event right now and we can get a free Yahoda constellation or a free Yahoda if you do not have her yet. That's nice, but don't really I don't really care for Yahoda. I'm so sorry about that, but I do not really care for Yahoda. Anyways, where was I? Yes, we talked about quite a few things here, actually. We talked about Mooney, we talked about her account, we talked about my Honkai Star Rail account for some reason. And we talked about Genshin Impact as a whole. Um, so one thing that we haven't talked about is Varka. Varka himself. I did pull for
武器は
him.
普段から
I have seen many people say Varka is very mid. I have seen very people talk about him and dismiss him because he is not like a Mavuika level DPS. Like he doesn't break the game as a new DPS. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, when you are complaining about new DPS units, there's like two ways it can go. You are either disappointed because the new DPS is not going to break the game like Mavuika did, or you are disappointed because the new character is not going to break. What? I just said the same thing. So you are either disappointed because the new character is not breaking the game with the power levels like Mavuika did, or you are what's the point that I'm trying to make? I have no idea. Oh, yeah. So my mind went to like a weird like space where I'm like I have a thought and I want to express it and try to express it the same way as the other thought. So, you are either disappointed because you were expecting Mavuika levels and you are disappointed and pulling the new character mid and because of that it's not worth pulling for, or you are going for only the characters that are Mavuika level, and if Warka was Mavuika level everyone would have been like complaining about the fact that oh my god, Warka is breaking the game again. Like that's the thing. If we get a Mavuika level, that's going to be the problem. If we don't get the Mavuika level, it's going to be the problem. Like, either way, there is no winning for any new DPS character. Because a lot of people were saying, okay, it's not worth pulling for and building Flins because he's not going to be as strong as Mavuika. And then the same thing happened with Nefer. And people were like, yeah, Nefer is very disappointing and you shouldn't be pulling for her because if you do not have Lauma, it's basically GG for you. And I'm like, yeah, but this is a video game and I want to enjoy my video game with the characters I want to play. I'm going to pull for the characters that I enjoy. And one of them is Varka. Um,
いたわってやることだ。でないといざという
so we are going to start after 34 minutes. Not 34, 43 minutes of stream where I yapped about anything and everything. We are going to be building VARKA. And a lot of you might know, or if you are like at least a little like familiar with my account, I do not have Venti. His current best team is VARKA, Durin, Bennett, and Venti. I do not have Venti, sadly, because anytime Venti was rerunning, he was either rerunning with characters that I wanted more, and so I was pulling for those characters instead of him, or I did not have any resources to actually go for him. And this time, when Venti was rerunning, we had Durin released. And I wanted Durin so bad on my account because he is a really good character and I really like his design and I really like his character in game as well. So I went for Durin and I did not have any more primos to go for Venti. So the next best thing is going to be Lanyan, which is going to be a little bit of a problem because my Lanyan is not built. As you can see, she is only level 70. Um, she's going to be a work in progress. But I do have Durin and I do have Bennett. And I do have VARKA with his signature weapon. So, I think we should get into building him and then we are going to test him out with other characters. Um, our primary team is going to be a Pyro team with Durin, so we can get a double Hexerai buff going, and then Bennett for very obvious reasons. And then we have some defensive utility with Lanyan. So that's going to be our main team. One other thing we could try is Jean actually, because for defensive utility, Jean is going to be our other best option when it comes to having some defensive utility because of one, Jean being animal, and two, Jean being a healer. Because there are some characters, or not characters, but enemies that incentivize healing over shielding, and Jean doing healing can be an advantage in those teams against those enemies. So yeah, that's going to be our thing. So one thing that I'm going to do, the first that we are going to be doing, is leveling our VARKA up. And he was in his idle animation. So I don't think he is going to talk to us.
騎士の美徳その1、謙虚さ。謙虚に教えを請うてこそ成長できるものだ。
He did. Because apparently he does that on Ascension, and my mind thought it was going to be on level up. Don't ask me why. I'm tired. But yeah, so that was his first Ascension. I should have everything ready for him. If not, I'm going to be really mad. And I think he's going to say the same thing. At least the starting point is always the same from what I heard so far. So, and I did a thing because I was looking up like past streams for like footage I can use in my video. And I have been doing the thing where I cut off all the characters while I'm leveling them and doing their ascensions and their ascension voice lines. I cut all of them off and be like, yeah, so we are going to listen to these voice lines later on. And then we never listened to those voice lines. But I do have to craft some of these, which I'm not like really stoked about, but at least we can craft enough. So we don't have to like necessarily go out of our way and actually farm. But then again, if I have to craft, I there is a big, I believe we need like 12. There is a big chance that we might still have to farm them because of his talents. But here he is. He is level 90 now. We can claim our standard fates or ascending him. But he is level 90 now. Now, one thing you might have noticed is the fact that he already has a bunch of crit damage and some crit rate on him. It's because I went ahead and equipped artifacts on him. And they could be better. They could always be better. That's one of the things that Genshin still has a little bit of a problem with. Not as bad as Honkai Star Rail, though. Like, building characters in Honkai Star Rail is a nightmare. And that is also one of the reasons that I'm really burnt out. Because building characters in Honkai Star Rail is a nightmare. It's like, it's the same RNG, but on a whole another level. Because there's, instead of 5 pieces, you need 6 pieces. And there's no min-maxing with like, okay, so I can equip 4 piece and the 5th can be like an off set thing. No, no, no. You need 4 pieces of the exact relics and 2 pieces of the exact ornaments, planner ornaments. And I bunked my mic stand again, sorry. And you have not just the regular like things that you have in like Genshin, but like 3 or 4 more stat lines that you can randomly roll on your equipment. So like it's RNG on a whole another level. So it's really tiring. It's even more of a nightmare than Genshin Impact. But yeah, he's going to be using the Hexerai set, the new what is it called? A day carved from rising winds. Yes. So he's going to be using this new set for Hexerai characters. I do have a 4-piece equipped. I have been farming for quite a bit. And thankfully, I can say that I thankfully have enough pieces to actually use on 3 characters, which is like mind-boggling. It's a really good set, and it's quite, saying it's quite easy to get pieces for it is like a very, probably not very true, but it's a little easier because the artifact set gives you a bunch of stats in addition to what you get on the set bonus, because you do get a lot of attack and also you get crit rate if you are a character that has completed Witch's homework. So that's also one thing that we will have to do with VARKA for this set to work on him perfectly. But here are his pieces. It's got attack percent and crit damage. Could be better. A little more crit rate would be nice, but that's negligible. You will see. This feather. This feather is beautiful. It was a four-liner, I believe. No, it was a three-liner, but it got crit damage and then it rolled into it for other times. So, like, this is as perfect a piece can be on him, actually. And I'm really happy about it. And one of the things that I did was I have actually crafted an attack percent goblet and an attack percent sands for the express purpose on using it on Varka. However, I have been given, as you can see, I have given these pieces to other characters. One of them is Durin, who is using the attack percent uh timepiece. It rolled twice into crit rate and crit damage and once into flat HP, which is not ideal, but it was a four liner, so it could have gone way worse. So this is a beautiful piece, but Varka is not using it because his stats didn't really need it. I could, and the other one was this piece that I have put on Razor. It's not a great piece. Like, it is not. It can be so much better, but it was also a three liner, so I don't feel like re-rolling this. So we are still farming this set just to get some upgrades on my characters here. But yeah, so Worka is using an off-piece attack percent, Sands with some crit rate, a bunch of crit damage. It could be better. It always could be better. And this was also a three liner, so yeah. But he's using this one. I was trying to use this one because I believe this was a three liner though. But yeah, this looked promising, but then it rolled into elemental mastery and defense percentage, and then I just gave up. Not even defense percentage, it's flat defense, and I just gave up on it. It's still logged because why not? It's not really like disturbing the waters here, but yeah, it's not great. But then the other one, okay, so yeah, I believe I gave this to Durin because it balances his crit rate, crit damage ratio out very well. Um, and so I crafted this one, this piece of goblet for Varka, and then it rolled like this, which is not great. It's not ideal. I do not really like this piece because it rolled twice into flat attack, which is a little tragic. But it's still usable. And until I get an upgrade, I will be using it on Razor. But I have been farming, and I'm still farming this artifact set, and I rolled a four liner and got a little unlucky. These are mid crit rate rolls and some mid crit damage rolls, I believe. Um, but it's still better than this one, so I'm going to be using it on Varka. And then he's got a crit damage circlet with attack and crit rate. So his current ratio is looking like this. However, once we do Witch's homework, he's going to gain 20, and that's going to be 52 for him, almost 53. And we do have his weapon, which has a crit rate substat, and also gives a bunch more things in his passive. So that's going to be the other thing we are leveling up here, is the weapon for him. And hopefully we have everything for this one as well. Because I have been farming and I did my calculations, but apparently I did not do my calculations well enough. Because we did have to go ahead and craft some of his essential materials anyway. But yeah, if you are a person who doesn't like using like 3-star weapons to level up your other weapons, I am so sorry. Please look away. I am not going to be using 4-star weapons though. Like, I do not use those. And I do have a bunch of crystals. So from here on out, it's going to go a little faster. But I believe it's going to give us like 32% or 33% or something like that on max ascension. Which is going to be really good for his crit damage ratio. And it is also one of the best current like 5-star stat stick um claymores to have. So we got him leveled up to 90. We got his weapon leveled up to 90, which is going to give us a crit rate ratio of 58.7% to 200 and almost 50 crit damage. Now, energy recharge is not really a huge thing that he needs. His ultimate is not doing that much damage, so it's not going to be like really important for us to have it. Um Most of his damage comes from his skill and his normal attacks, like basic attacks. So yeah, and then on top of this, we do have 20 more percent from his artifact set, which is not like too much. It's going to be like 78%. It's almost 80% crit rate. It could be better, and I'm still like farming to get it a little like better. I do like to min max my characters as much as possible, but I'm not going to go in like a huge grind when I'm like, okay, I do need this to be 100%, and then I'm going to need this to be 300%. Like, I'm not going to go into that much detail. This level of investment is already good enough. Believe it or not, this is already good enough. And it's really nice. It's really fun. One more thing that we can do is, for one, we are going to be doing his homework. Because the Grandmaster needs to do his paperwork. But we are going to be ascending or leveling up his talents as well. And we are going to do a little bit of testing. We could go into Miliastra because there is like a dummy for it, you know, damage test dummy. So we could do that. I don't even need to like level this, but whatever. I'm just going to bring it up to 6, so it doesn't like bother me that it stays 1. But yeah, first priority is always skill, and then apparently ultimate is also a priority, but his ultimate doesn't really do much damage in the rotation when it comes to like meta characters. But I believe, yeah, his whole shtick is going to be his skill. So we are going to craft a bunch of these. I believe we are already at the crafting bench. So we are going to craft a whole bunch of these. I could just filter by character here. And then why 72? I don't know, but I'm just going to. Huh? Elemental skill. We are going to elemental skill here. And I do not want to crown him just yet. So we are just going to go for level 9. We are crafting enough to get level 9 here. On the talents. And specifically on elemental skill. So we got 1, 9, and 6. I will take a look at like some creators that I follow who do like not necessarily guide content but character work and stuff like that, and see if his like normal attack is worth upgrading or not, or leveling up or not. I'm fairly certain it's not necessary. I might just go and upgrade his elemental burst as well, just for the sake of having it leveled if I ever use it, to give it the best fighting chance it can. But yeah, we are doing quite well. I do believe with our Varka build here, because he is almost 80 to 250 when it comes to crit rate ratio after we do his homework. Because we have already done Mona, Duran, Razor, Fischl, and Sucrose. And I believe Varka's is not like too long either. So we are going to do his homework. And then we are going to do a damage test. Probably with Masanori. I know a lot of people stopped using Masanori as a damage test dummy, but why not? He's the usual damage test dummy for me, so. Or just random bosses that I fight. But yeah, let's go take a look at Varka's homework from the witches. Ah, the monsters, the soundtrack.
ファルカと魔女会が開いた階段なのに、あいつの課題のことはすっかり忘れてたな。どんな課題かちょっと見てみるか。ファルカ、ファルカ。なんだこれ。
Why don't we just go ask him ourselves? Like, I have a thing. I'm not quite sure if it's I'm not quite sure if I was spoiled or I just put together 2 and 2, but I believe Varka doesn't really have like a homework because he has been already tested by the witches. Like, that was their whole thing, where he asked for an audience and he did the test, and that's why he was able to ask Barbeloth to see a vision of the future. Like, wasn't that the whole kind of thing? And after that, he was deemed worthy of the help of the witches. So I believe that's why it is blank. But we can just go ask
そうだ
him.
な。あいつを探すなら酒場とかレストランとかの方が見つけやすそうだ。
Yeah, going to a restaurant
やっぱりいないか。自
or a
分で何
bar
とかするしかないな。
is going to be our best bet to find Grandmaster Varka, because he does not like doing paperwork. Speak of the
は
devil,
ーい、フ
huh?
ァルカ。課題のことで聞きたいことがあるんだ。
お、栄誉騎士とパイモンじゃないか。課題、いきなりどうしたんだ。
And I'm back to the Japanese dub because I switched to the Japanese dub during Natlan because of things that were going on, and we didn't have like English voiceover, and I was like, I do want to listen to the characters, not just read about what they are saying. So yeah, I did switch it over to Japanese voiceover. And then when I got my new like computer, the default installation, when I reinstalled Genshin Impact on my or installed Genshin Impact on my new computer, the default was English. So for a while, I have been using it, like listening to the English voiceover, but I did change it back to Japanese because I really like the Japanese voices to some of the characters. One of them is like Lance's Japanese voice, A plus. Also, Daneslave. Daneslave's VO artist. Like the say you doing Daneslave. I love that man. He's also the voice of Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. And also many other, like also Seto Kaiba, I believe, from Yu-Gi-Oh as well. But yeah, I love the Seiyu. He's amazing. And I like English Warka is not bad. I do not I do not dislike the English voice for Varka, but I do like the Japanese voiceover for Varka a little better. So yeah, it was nice hearing the new voice cast doing their thing and listening to their stuff. But sorry, my throat is quite dry and it's already been more than an hour, so let's do our usual. Do a little, not a little, a big stretchy stretch. Just so we are not like shrimped, and take a sip of water or any kind of beverage that you have and stay hydrated because hydration is very important. Also, summer is coming. It's already May. So, yeah, it's going to get hotter and hotter each day. Currently not because for us it's like a cold wave that hit us. So it's quite chilly outside. It's very like early spring weather, but we are hitting the end of spring, so it's kind of confusing and it's not very like pleasant. But what can we do? Anyway, stay hydrated. Let's go. I drank some water. I did on shrimp. So let's get on with it. The Hex and Circle have set tasks for everyone, but yours seems to be
課
blank.
題、課題。ああ、そういえば以前アリスがそんな話をしてたような。
お前の階段がきっかけで課題が用意されたんだろまあいいや。それより、なんでお前の課題は空欄一行なんだ
A good question, Paimon. I already talked about this. I think it's because he's been already tested, but we'll see.
ああ、俺の課題を載せるわけだからな。あの小さな本には少し荷が重かったんだろう。
Huh? Okay, so now I'm listening. How much are we talking?
テイワット最高の美酒を作り出すことだ。
VARKA? Are we going like the theme of him being a drunkard is I'm not quite sure how I like it. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time it's a little like I don't know. It's a little I can't really put my finger on it on why I'm not very like keen on this characterization for him.
どこが重いんだよ
甘く見てもらっちゃ困る。この腕の新しい傷は、その酒のレシピを手に入れる過程で負ったもんだ。
Did it really?
混沌とした秘境の奥深くに乗り込み、凶悪極まりない魔物と戦う必要があってな。
I do have a feeling where this is going. Are we talking about Diona and the cats from the cat's tail?
課題は特別な材料をあと3つ揃えれば達成できる。栄養騎士、パイモン、俺に力を貸してくれないか？
まあいいぜ。3つだけってことなら、騙されたと思って付き合ってやるよ。
Paimon's just going to pretend.
よし。あと必要な材料は、騎士が砕いて出した木くず、喜びと共に舞い落ちた鳩の羽、そして大鍋で煮込んだ薬草スープだ。
What? I'm not like an expert. Like, I'm not a sommelier, so to say. But, like, I can, like, see wood chips. Because, like, barrel fermentation, not fermentation, like aging a wine is a thing. And like medicinal broth can be a thing because there's a lot of like alcohol made with like like medicinal properties is like the weirdest way to say it, but like medicinal herbs used in alcohol is not like a foreign thing. So yeah, those two I see. Like there can be a reason for them to exist. But pigeon feathers. Just why? What do you mean pigeon feathers?
それって酒の作り方なのかなんか怪しい魔法薬を作るみたいだぞ
Like that's the thing. It sounds like a potion because of the pigeon feathers. Like wood chips, I get it. I buy it. That can be a thing. I'm not a sommelier. I'm not a winemaker. I don't like understand and know things about wine and winemaking, but it can be a thing. because I mean barrel aging and stuff like that, and like medicinal herbs and stuff like that, also like understandable to a certain extent. But pigeon feathers?
まあ、なんだ。魔女たちの課題だからな。はは
Haha.
レシピを完璧に再現するには、きっちり条件に満たした材料を揃える必要がある。まずは、木くずが手に入る場所へ向かおう。
Wood chips. Who are we going for to get wood chips? Is it going to be Varka? Like we are going to have to play Varka. Because it shouldn't be Ellen or Noel, because they are not technically knights. But Ellen is right there.
もう騎士が砕いて出した木くずってなると。あ、
大団長、栄養騎士。今日は訓練に来たの？
目標を追い求めて励むってのも、まあ確かに一つの訓練だな。
もう十分強いのに、さらに上を目指すなんて。どうぞ、二人で自由に訓練して。私は横で勉強させてもらうから。
Aw, that's cute. Okay. Ellen's character is interesting, but also kind of boring at the same time. Like she adores the Knights of Favonius and she wants to become a Knight of Favonius, I believe. So like this level of interest in seeing the like captains and like leaders of the knights train and fight is like a very sensible thing for her to do. Okay, so nope, that's
騎士団にこんな杭があったのか？でかすぎだろう。
that is a
こ
huge
れは父さ
training
んが
dummy.
特別に作ったものなの。二人にぴったりでしょ？
ははじゃ、こいつを試してみるか。
I messed up because 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
もっと激しく。
すごい、そうやれば。
ストップ。そのセリフはもう聞き飽きたぞ。
That is true actually, because every time we help out Ellen with training, that's what she says. No matter what character you use, even if it's not a Knight of Favonius, she's going to say the same thing. But that's how you do it. So yeah, she definitely heard that like 100 times before.
この形状、この手触り。かなり質のいい木くずだ。
木くずに質とかあるのか？まあ、お前が満足ならそれでいいけど。
Are we going to Timmy? We are going to see Timmy, right? From like the placement, I would say yes, definitely. Yes, we are going to Timmy. Hi, Anthony. She's in the fountain. She's in the fountain. He's in the fountain again. To gather the coins his sister have dropped into it. Hi, Timmy.
ちょっと鳩がびっくりして逃げちゃった。
Aw.
大団長？
お？ティミーじゃないか。 ずいぶん背が伸びたみたいだな。ちゃんと飯は食べてるか？
はい。大団長の言葉ずっと覚えています。立派な男になるためにはちゃんとご飯を食べてしっかりトレーニングすること。
A lot of people say they don't like Timmy. I understand where they are coming from and how he became a meme. But I like him. I do like a lot of characters that a lot of people don't like, apparently, so that might be just a me thing, but I do like Timmy. It changed in a
しょうがない
heartbeat.
んじゃないか。
Yeah, it
こ
does.
の町の子供はみんなセピロス騎士団の生きた伝説に憧れてるだろ。
悪いな。お前の鳩をびっくりさせちまって。ちょうど聞きたかったんだが、鳩に近づいても驚かせず、むしろ喜ばせておく方法を知らないか？
If anyone knows, like, a way to do this, it's probably going to be Timmy.
普段はそっと近づいて餌をまいてあげています。
そうか、それだ。まだ餌は余ってるか？
餌ならたくさんありますけど。でも大団長、一体何を？
安心しろ。約束する。羽を少し借りるだけだ。これは。
I cut him off.
ありがとうございます、大団長。
So, we are going this way. Are we going right over to Springvale? Yeah, I believe so.
ついてこれるか？ついてこれるか？
Okay, so no. We are just over here. Not going to Springvale directly. But that's okay. Why are we running?
地面に鳩の痕跡があるみたいだな。ここで少し待ってみるか。
We're pigeon tracks, okay?
鳩が現れたら、そっと近づいて餌をまいてやるんだ。絶対に傷つけるなよ。
Okay. We are ready. Ready as ever. Can we walk? Yeah, we can. We can change to walking instead of like jogging.
おいおい、鳩が全部逃げちまったじゃないか。また戻ってくるまで待つしかないな。
But I was walking. Oh, I had to like crouch. The amount of like shenanigans they get to just to get pigeon
鳩の
feathers.
羽、ゲットだ。
やっと手に入ったな。この課題、確かに思ってたよりも大変だぜ。
完成まであとちょっとだ。大鍋で煮込んだ薬草スープは確かダダウパの谷だったが。
Yeah, Dadaupa Gorge
先に行ってるぞ。
is where
お前
we
たち
are
も早
heading
く来いよ。
next.
あ、おい。あい
He's
つ
fast.
テンション上がりすぎだろ。すごいスピードで走ってったぞ。
But he can barely wait for the drinks to start flowing.
酔っ払い
Yeah,
さんめ。
that sounds like VARKA. Fiona, of course.
ディオナ？なんでこんなところにいるんだ？私はただ果物を摘みに来ただけなのに、あのおじさんに出くわしちゃって。
That piece of work.
あの人、
Okay.
前に作ったお酒をもう一度作ってほしいって最近しつこいの。それでうんざりして逃げ回ってるんだ。
What's the story behind this drink then?
この前、遠征軍と一緒に帰ってきたでしょ。それで
Mm-hmm.
あのおじさん、キャッツテールで祝杯をあげたんだけど。
Of course. That is a very VARKA thing to
キャッ
do.
ツテール？騎士団でやるのかと思ってたぞ。
Always had VARKA down as more of an angel's share kind of guy.
全部言ったよ。キャッツテールは3軒目。町中の酒場を全部はしごするつもりだったみたい。
They did the bar hopping, the tavern crawl. Okay. I mean, I can see VARKA do that.
次の遠征隊が戻ってきたら、あいつらまたそれを口実に飲み始めると思うぞ。
No doubt about
とに
that.
かく、あの酔っ払いさんたちの様子はとても見てられなかったんだから。それで、一番まずくて吐き気がするようにお酒を作って目を覚まさせてやろうと思ったの。
One of the things that I'm a little disappointed is the fact that Diona did have an event where she did discover that she did get a gift. Like, she already has had this thing where anything she makes, it turns out delicious no matter what, just because she was the one who mixed it. But we did find out why it is the way it is. Like, why Diona is such a good, like, mixologist or whatever you want to call it. And all the drinks she makes is like the most delicious drink she ever made. It's because she got like a gift from an oceanid, I believe. So she knows she cannot mix a drink. Like, she was told explicitly, like, hey, you got this gift. And that's why, like, our voice lines here, you couldn't make a bad drink even if you
そう
tried.
だよ。だから私、最初はリトルプリンスに作ってもらってたの。
So that's why I
でも
tried
まさか、
to get
酔っ
Prince to
払い
mix
さん
the
たち
drinks.
がリトルプリンスをからかい出すとは思わなかった。それで、リトルプリンスは途中で逃げ出しちゃって、ついでに酔っ払いさんを引っかいてったんだ。
Of course, I knew it. I knew it was the cat's tail. I knew it was Diona, and I knew it was one of the cats that he was talking about. Like, I just knew. So that's how VARKA got his car.
混沌とした秘境の奥深くに乗り込み、凶悪極まりない魔物と戦う必要があってな。
Mm-hmm.
お酒の調合はほぼ終わってて、あとほんのちょっとだし、大丈夫かにゃって思ったんだけど。
So you apply the finishing touches yourself. But that's the problem, Diona. Any drink that you touch, just by that, becomes the most delicious thing ever.
うん。
What did you put in there?
騎士たちの服についてた木くずとか、森で拾った鳩の羽とか。
So that's how, yeah.
あともう一つ、二日酔い解消のために用意してたヒルチャールの薬草スープ。
Uh-huh.
そういえば、ファルカはつい最近戻ってきたばっかりだよな。もしかして。
No one's told him that only Diona herself could make such an awful recipe taste good. Yeah,
あいつ、
he most probably doesn't know
早
that.
く止めに行こ
Thank you, Diona.
え、あの酔っ払いさん大丈夫かにゃ？
Probably, yeah. He will probably be good. Dadaupa Gorge. It's been so long since I have ventured here, but yeah, Dadaupa Gorge is over here. Let's go over this way. Are there going to be hilichurls on the way that we have to defeat? It will be
ついてこれる
1, 2.
か？
Oh, we could. But yeah, they did clear out the place for it, so we don't have to. We will we might have to do the thing again. During the Liar conquest, we did have to come here to heat up the was it the jade shavings or stuff like that, and we got attacked during that.
信じられない。ヒルチャールがあんなに素直に聞き入れるなんて。
マスク、ファルカを見かけなかったか？
That's very interesting because this is Ella Musk, and in the Japanese dub they call her Musk. I mean, it's a Japanese thing to call everyone by their surname, but it's usually paired with San. Oh, I bunked my mic again. I'm so sorry, but it's usually paired with San or something. So like Musk San or Plains San. You know. And Paimon just called Ella Musk Musk. That's kind of interesting.
見たよ。さっき鍋を借りに行くってヒルチャールのところに向かったんだけど、ヒルチャールは彼を見てすぐに鍋を譲ったの。
I mean, it's VARKA we are talking about. They are probably quite afraid of him.
ほとんど話し合いもなかったのに、なんであんなにうまくいったのかな。もしかして大団長は私の知らないヒルチャールのボディーランゲージを習得してるの？
I don't think that was communication. Yeah.
そこは重要じゃないだろう。ファルカは今どこにいるんだ？
ほら、あそこにいるよ。
やっと完成したぞ。テイワット最高のビスだ。それが今この瞬間俺の手の中にある。
VARKA though.
お、やっと来たか？あのヒルチャールたち意外と話が通じる奴らだったな。思ったより早く酒を調合できた。さ、早速味わうとしよう。
Don't drink it, please.
お前ら一杯目を味わいたいのか？ふん、この一杯目の栄誉は絶対に譲れない。
That's not.
安心しろ。お前たちの分も少しは残しておくから。
Huh? Okay.
なんだかまずい。
Of course.
大丈夫か？ファルカ！
He's out cold. Grandmaster, please.
おい！魔人に勝ったのにこんなところで倒れてどうすんだよ！
That is actually very true. You didn't defeat a god just to bite the dust here.
今一瞬だけ歴代の北風騎士たちが見えた気がする。
I love the voice work though. I don't know if I should chew you out for ending up like this or marvel that you are still standing at all.
もう少し消化させてくれ。さっきの酒も、この痛い教訓もな。
It's the fact that you did not know about Diona's blessing. You give Varka the rundown on Diona's
なるほ
infallible I
ど。
couldn't drink
そう
it
いうことか。
fast enough.
足りなかった材料は、泉の精霊の祝福ってわけか。それは思いもよらなかった。
おい、なんだよその何もなかったみたいな涼しい顔。まだオイラたちを騙した件については制作。
悪い悪い。このレシピで酒ができると本気で考えてたんだ。作り終わったら一緒に飲みながら説明しようと思ってたが。
Sorry, I had to mute. Grandmama Sprout came in.
今はもう飲む気にはなれないよな。
Yeah, I'll pass.
そうか。じゃあ今回の酒の件で一つ借りができたってことだな。
Ooh,
今
a
度
free
改
meal.
めて鹿狩りでおごらせてくれ。
I will take that.
おごってくれるのか？そ
You're
れならいいぜ。
you're way too easy to bribe.
まあお酒でこんなに長く苦しんでるんだし、いい薬になったんじゃないか。
自業自得だな。
Yeah, no one to blame but yourself. But why is it blank?
酒の魚に話そうと思ってたんだが、こうなった以上普通に話すしかないな。
Mm-hmm.
モンドのみんなに課題を出すのか？いい考えだな。俺にも一つ出してくれないか？
あなたの課題。水浦の番に移る運命を変えるわね。転生を
Oh,
決意した時点でもう達成済みなのよ。
interesting. Okay. Homework Warka, the untitled question. Homework complete. Additional talent unlocked. Which is Eve right? Dawn's return. Okay. And what does it do? Please. Show me. Show me. Okay, guess we have to go to the talents. Dawn's return. After completing Witch's homework, the untitled question, Warka will become a Hexarai character. When the party includes at least 2 Hexarai characters, you will gain the Hexarai Secret Right effect, which enhances Hexarai characters. His Secret Right talent is enhances the special elemental skill 4 Winds Ascension when Varka hits an opponent with normal attacks in Sturm und Drang, I believe is how it's pronounced because it's German. The CD or cooldown of 4 Winds Ascension will be reduced by 1 second. Okay, so it's not much of a buff then. It's just some cooldown on his skill. Okay. The final thing that we are going to do is get Thrilling Tales from Sucrose. We do have Benny. We do have Durin. And we do have Varka on the team. So now, he should be perfectly capable of triggering both his weapons and his artifacts. Like thingies. So let's go over to Inazuma. Find Masanori. I believe he is here in Tatarasuna. Yeah, there he is. And we are going to do a little bit of a damage test. One thing about the rotation that I do want to figure out is we want to start with Durin and then go into Bennett and end with Lanyan because of the Thrilling Tales buff, I believe. So let's see how it does. Shall we spar? Let's go. E, and then ultimate. Ow. Boom, boom, boom. Interesting. Okay. So I don't have any of the buffs on me right now, but we are going to try again. See if we could hit everything. Like get all the buffs that we can get. So that's going to be Durin. And then Benny. And then Lanyan is dead. Okay, so Lanyan is dead. Well, she died. Or passed out. Or whatever. But we did end up getting her back and doing the thing that we did. So we do have 35k. Or 3.5k, not 35. 3.5k attack. And we do have the crit rate going on for us. And we also have the crit damage buff, I believe, from his weapon. What does his ultimate do? Not much. I do believe with, like, if we factor in both of his... Excuse me. If we factor in both of his hits on his skills, we do hit like 100k. Should we go in and try... He does feel nice to play. Like, he is very, very, like, fluid. If that makes sense. Like, the attack string is very nice. So, that's one ultimate. Please don't die. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom. Okay, I think I saw 145. I think I saw 145k hit there. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to get some food. This one. On Durin. And Benny as well. But I do believe I saw 143k. hit on it. So we are going to try one more time, and then we are going to try another surprise thing. No? Please. One, and then two, and then what? 1, 2, 3.
やるじゃないか。
1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay.
よっ、もっと激しくしっかりついてこいよ。
I messed up.
はっはっ
I did mess up. And Durin apparently needs more energy recharge on this team if I want to... Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Anyways. Okay, so that was a really, like, bad first try of this team. Or not first try, but that was a really bad test. So we are going to try one more time and hope for the best. Shall we spar? Yes. Because my VARKA is not like a whale VARKA. So, like, per se. Oh? We got hit. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you are wearing headphones. I just coughed into the mic so loudly. I am so sorry about that. But he is pretty strong. I am very happy with his performance on this team, especially like added to the fact that it's not a veil team. Like, yeah, I did go out of my way to get his weapon. And I do have Durin, but Durin only has like a 4-star battle pass weapon. So it's like not like a huge whale team. Because we are using Benny and Lanyan, and Lanyan is like not the best partner in this team. Wenti would be ideal. And apparently Prune, who is a character that's coming up, Prune is going to be a side grade to Wenti. And since I do not have Venti, and I might get Prune on my account, Prune might be a good like substitute for Lanyan, but I'm very happy with the way this team feels to play even with Lanyan. And he does seem to be hitting pretty well. So, I did not... One thing that I'm not like happy about right now is the fact that I wasn't looking at the damage he was doing. So I will do like a... That's not what I wanted you to do, Durin, please. Okay, so both Benny and Durin do need more energy on this team, though, apparently. So I'm going to start with Benny E, and then going to the full rotation. Okay, we got Lanyan. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. That was 143k. So the first time I did it, I wasn't hallucinating. It was 143k pyro damage. on his skill, which is crazy. Like, as I said, this is not a veiled team. I will have to do some more, like, damage testing, possibly on the damage dummy in the Milliester Wonderland. But on Masanori, I mean, it's daytime Masanori, so he's not, and it's also Masanori. It's an overworld boss, not even boss. It's like hmm, I don't know. I don't know what to call him, but yeah, I do like to test on Masanori, and we did do a lot of damage. And he feels really nice to play. Like the fluidity of his attacks are really, really nice, and it doesn't feel like too heavy. Because one of the things that I'm going to bring back Mooney again, um, into the picture, but Mooney, one of the things that Mooney didn't like about some of the characters, and specifically the Claymore characters, is the fact that Claymore characters have very heavy attacks. They are not very fluid, they are not very like enjoyable to her. Like the way it felt very sluggish. Sorry. It felt very sluggish and very like meh with playing with Claymore characters. And to a certain extent, I do understand where she's coming from. And I do see how it might be not as enjoyable to some people. But with Varka, who is actually using two greatsword, like two actual like claymores, he doesn't feel sluggish or like weird at all. He feels very nice and very fluid to play. So yeah, that was Varka. And another thing that I want to try and see, because I love Varka, and I'm definitely going to be using this team a lot now. Like gameplay wise, Varka is very enjoyable to me. Um, you might see this team that I have, my Beach Boys team, with Razor and Durin, and instead of Lanyan, we do have Chevres. I don't think Chevres is C6. I believe she is not. Let's check it. Yeah, she is not C6. If she was C6, this would be Razor's best current team. And I tried. I love Razor a lot. And I'm so happy he got a Hexerai buff, and I'm so happy that he is also not necessarily like a big meta character, but that he got some love and he got some like care from the developers. Because I think I talked about this, but Razor was the first like DPS character. Razor and Chao were the first DPS characters who carried me through the Spiral Abyss. Like, they were the first DPS characters that I used to clear floor 12, chamber 3. Was it 3-star? No, it wasn't 3-star. But they were the first characters who helped me clear chamber 3 on floor 12 in the Spiral Abyss. And I do like seeing him being a little more relevant. And now he is using Beacon of the Reed Sea. However, we do have Jest of the Mighty Wolf, which is basically becoming, or with which became his best in slot um weapon, because he is also a claymore user. He can take um advantage of the Hexerai buffs as well. So he's getting a lot of crit damage, a lot of attack, and a decent amount of attack speed, and a lot of like damage percentage. So yes, this is my current Razor build, which is crit rate wise even better than Varka's, because I do have with the Hexerai set bonus for his artifact, he does have 97%. So he could do with a little more crit damage on this build, but this one already has quite a lot. If this defense percent went into crit damage instead, this would be like a perfect piece. But it did not. So yeah, it is unfortunate, but this is still a really good piece. This feather, also really good piece. This attack percent goblet, not goblet, sense, could also be better, but Razor likes energy recharge way more than Varka does. So this one is actually pretty decent for him. And then we are using an attack percentage goblet. Why? I could use physical damage, but he is not going to be doing physical damage here. And we could use like electro damage as well, but at this specific team, he is doing both electro and I bunked my mic stand again, sorry. He's both doing electro and pyro damage because we do have C6 Benny. I activated my C6 Benny just for this team. Yes, I like Razor this much. A lot of people say like, oh, like that it was a thing that a lot of people were saying like, oh, C6 Benny is going to ruin your Genshin account forever. But like, no. Yes, it's going to do a little bit of a restriction on your team compositions on which characters you could use Bennett with. And like in that meta, C6 Razor, not C6 Razor, C6 Benny with Razor would be ruining him because back then Razor was a physical DPS. But now that we do have the Hexerai buffs, and now that we do have so many characters that are buffing our boy, like Durin and Chevres, we are way better off with Overload Razor. So what I'm going to try to do is, for one, Pharma. Are you... Yes, you do have your Fab Lance. So we are going to try and see how Razor does. On this team. Sorry, man. I'm here for the energy that you could provide. Oh no? Actually, even his like physical hits are pretty good. If you ask me. Like those were pretty good physical hits. But anyways, let's go back to Masanori and see how Razor does against him. Now that we have all the energy that we could get. Let's spar.
危ない。物語は始まったばかり。
Ultimate.
みんながそばにい
Ultimate.
る。
これは効く。
Ow.
動くな。
And then overload. Look at him go. Boom, 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 boom. Wait. We just one-cycled Masanori. Okay, it's daytime Masanori again. It is daytime Masanori. And it's not that hard to actually, like, do it. But I really like this weapon. I really like this weapon on Razor. Let's go. Okay, so we did some damage testing with both VARKA and Razor. So let's go back to Mondstadt. Find a scenic spot for us. And then end off our journey here for today's stream. Do we go here? Sure, why not? Just casually standing on the top of this archway or whatever you want to call it. And let's get back into like our VARKA team. And I'm going to give him his weapon back so that we can talk about VARKA. So, as I have said before on like in the stream, getting VARKA was one of the things that a lot of people were like, okay, you shouldn't get VARKA, or you should get VARKA, or whatever. I did it. I got VARKA. I got his weapon because I enjoyed the character, which is like if a new Genshin player would ask me what character to get because of meta or anything, I would say go for characters that you like, that you enjoy. Even if they are not necessarily meta. Genshin's endgame is getting to a point where everything is so hyper-specific and hyper-focused on chilling to a certain like character or team composition that it's very hard to keep up unless you want to pay money to keep up with. But you can still enjoy the gaming content and the endgame content without going out of your way and trying to perfect and 3-star everything and like complete everything and get all the rewards. Getting to the end of Stygian Onslaught is becoming even harder for whale players as well. And if you don't like Genshin's like end games, or you don't want to spend 3 hours min-maxing one fight, you don't have to. In conclusion, I got VARKA. And I love VARKA. He feels very nice, very fluid, very like powerful. Even though a lot of people were saying, oh, you shouldn't be pulling VARKA because he's not going to be your strongest DPS character. I didn't pull him to become my strongest DPS characters. Like one of my strongest DPS characters. But he still became one of my strongest DPS characters anyways. Like, he is pretty strong. He's not Mavuika levels of strong, but even Mavuika needs to be perfectly min-maxed to do the most damage you can
机から離れるとほっとするな。
with
どっかで
her.
昼寝でもするか。
So like at some point there is going to be a choice that you have to make where you go like, dang, I want all the meta characters. Dang, I want to clear everything perfectly, or I just want to enjoy the game. And I'm at the point with Genshin Impact where I'm like, I just want to enjoy the game and play the characters that I like. And VARKA is one of these characters. Do I regret not building him sooner? Yes, definitely. I got him quite a while ago, and I have not built him until now. And I do regret that, because I do enjoy him a lot. Do I regret going for his weapon? No, I do not. Chest of the Mighty Wolf is one of the strongest weapons currently for Claymore characters, especially if you can make use of them. Like, if you can make use of the passive. It's one of the strongest like a weapon in the game currently. So yeah, getting Chest of the Mighty Wolf, I do not regret. Just like I did with Flynn's, I do believe VARKA deserves to have his weapon. And also, Chest of the Mighty Wolf is Razor's best in slot weapon, and we just did the damage testing with him as well, because Razor is also one of the characters that I do enjoy playing, and one of the characters that I'm very happy about becoming more relevant in the big 2026 of Genshin Impact. So yeah, getting VARKA was great. Building VARKA was fun, and playing VARKA is going to be even more fun from now on. I will be doing a little bit of damage testing with like other team compositions, like Hydro VARKA, Cryo VARKA, stuff like that. I know it's not going to be perfect, and I know there will be like challenges with it, but I really enjoy his playstyle and the way he is so fluid and so like he feels really nice to play. So I really enjoy playing VARKA, and I do not regret getting him. That's probably going to be it for today. Next character that I will be building is Miss Lanyan over here, because we do need to get her into a little better position to actually help out with VARKA. Her shields needs a little more oomph to it. So yeah, next character that we are going for improvements is going to be Lanyan. But until then, I'm going to be very happy to be playing her with VARKA, because VARKA is a very fun character to use. And with that being said, we did a lot of yapping in the beginning of the stream. We did talk about a lot of things. We talked about the channel a little bit. We talked about Mooney, my friend, and her Genshin account a little bit. We did talk about my Honkai Star Rail account, surprisingly, in a Genshin stream, but that was the thing. And then we did get into the meat and potatoes of today's stream, which was building VARKA, mostly leveling him up, leveling his weapon up, and leveling his talents up. And after that, we did his homework, which is homework, to get the Haxorite buffs for him. In a sense, I do regret not doing one thing, which is getting like a damage test in without his Haxorite buffs and going straight into Haxorite VARKA. But at the same time, sorry. Hello? Why are you not... Okay, I was probably pushing the wrong button. At the same time, his Haxorite buff is not like too much of a change. It's a little bit of a cooldown reduction for one of his talents. So it's not like a huge buff that you have to necessarily activate anyways. But it could have been a little nice thing to do. A nice little thing to do is the proper way to phrase that.
武器は普段からいたわってやるこ
But
と
yeah,
だ。でないと、い
and
ざとい
after
う
that,
時にそっぽを向かれちまう
doing
ぞ。
his homework, we did end up doing some damage testing, and we did hit like 143k with his skill, which I was flabbergasted about. Because what do you mean 143k? But we did it, and then we did a little bit of damage testing with my boy Razor as well. And that's it. That was today. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I hope you had a pleasant time here. If you did, please leave a like. And if you want to stay updated with the channel, please do consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. Anniversary week is not over yet though, because on Sunday we are going to be playing Persona 3 Portable. So we are going back to regular programming, but it is still going to be anniversary week. So if you are interested in finding out more about Persona 3 Portable, or if you just want to hang out, please feel free to do so. But other than that, that's it for today. Avery out. Bye-bye.
「嬉しいことがあるときは1000杯の酒でも足りないが、嬉しいことがないときにも酒は欠かせない。